Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sabanson, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show. We cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them, folks. Folks, it's going to be the one hell of a show for you guys here today. Before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel. Now, I just want to say this from the onset. The person that inspired me to do this show today was none other than Two Off for Sports. I saw a video of his that was published 30 minutes ago. Obviously, it'll be much later, by the time you guys see the show. And he was reacting to what happened with the Lakers in their preseason debut. And his intro was hilarious. He's like, I've been waiting. I've been waiting. Right? He's been waiting for you guys. He's basically, he was basically saying that he's waiting to see if these Laker fans and these people that are so concerned with how the Lakers are going to do are going to keep the same energy with JJ Redick the way they did Darvin Ham. But let's talk about JJ Redick for a good second here. Why does JJ Redick turn so many people off? JJ turns a lot of people off because he comes off as being extremely arrogant. He comes off as a know-it-all. And in different moments and occasions, he can be flat out rude. Okay, we saw an example of this just 2 days ago, or a day ago, when we produced the show, reacting to some rude comments that he made to a reporter who was just asking some questions. I want to quickly read what I read before. This is from a Fadeaway World article. It says, JJ Redick calls out reporter for trying to create a narrative around Rui Hachimura. JJ Redick wasn't going to tolerate a reporter who tried to egg him on into creating a narrative about Rui Hachimura. When said reporter asked him about what's the next steps Rui needed to develop, Redick turned the question around onto the reporter before lambasting him and saying that he cares more about Rui's impact on winning rather than whatever next step the reporter was referring to. The reporter asked the question, do you think Rui could take the next step for you guys? JJ Redick, what is the next step? Reporter, you tell me. JJ, you tell me. You're creating the narrative. What is the next step? I don't care about the next step for Rui. I care about how he impacts winning on our team. And for me, that's the next step. And I think he can do that. We have to look for opportunities for him to use his skills, particularly as an ISO and post-up player. We have to be cognizant of what his shot profile looks like in terms of mid-range shots, the volume and percentage of shots he's taken from the mid-range. I think we've talked about with him. I think we've talked about it with him. What we've continued to emphasize with him will have a high level of impact. Will have a high level of impact on what. So you heard what he said, right? The part I want to focus on was his interaction with the reporter. I said in the show when we talked about it, and I'm gonna say it again. JJ Redick is talking as if he's Greg Popovich. He's talking like as if he has won a championship or won multiple championships as a head coach. If you didn't know JJ Redick's resume, you would think this guy was like a Hall of Fame coach. JJ Redick, as I'm sitting here talking to you right now, hasn't won a single game in the NBA. But he's coming off with, being combative with reporters and all that. And I said in that show, that is going to be a recipe for disaster. So what happened? Yesterday, the Lakers had their preseason debut against the Minnesota Timberwolves. I think it's clear to say that the Lakers did not play LeBron James and they did not play Anthony Davis. But they ended up losing 127-107. And in a press conference, as I was listening to JJ Redick, he sounded a lot more humble with his language and his tone. And I'm like, it's beginning to dawn on you that this thing is a lot harder than just talking your way to wins as an NBA coach. You actually got to go out there and do the work. And it's very easy to talk. But when they slap you with a big fat L across the face, that will bring your ass back down to earth rather quickly. And we want to get into a little bit of what he had to say to the reporter. But before we even get into what JJ had to say, today's video is brought to you by our sponsor, GameTime. With only 4 months left until the end of the year, I look forward to creating special moments with family and friends by attending various theaters, shows, plays, and sporting events. And when it comes time for me to look for tickets, I absolutely love to use GameTime. GameTime is one of the most reliable marketplaces for last-minute tickets to the most popular events in sports, music, and theater in more than 60 cities across the United States and Canada. Game Time saves me money, time, and peace of mind, so I don't have to sort through thousands of tickets looking for the best prices or worry about whether or not if they're authentic or whether I'm going to receive them on time. Game Time Picks, one of my favorite Game Time tools, analyzes thousands of tickets for all of your favorite events near your location and finds you the best possible deal so you don't have to. For example, I'm looking forward to this upcoming concert at Madison Square Garden of one of my favorite composers, Hans Zimmer. Here I can select the all-in price to see the total ticket price up front, no hidden fees. And now I can sort through the best possible deals I can find. I can choose the cheapest deals, the great deal, or the amazing deal. Once you select the ticket you want, you can use their panoramic seat view to ensure you know exactly what you're getting before you buy. And if you're like me and always make plans at the last minute, you can grab tickets up to 90 minutes after the event has started. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the app, create an account, and use code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. Again, create an account and use redeem code CLNS for $20 off. And remember, whenever you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So what we want to do now is want to play exactly what JJ Redick had to say to the reporter, and then we're going to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to JJ here.
First, from a team standpoint, what were the things that stood out to you the most in the opener tonight?
There's a lot that stood out. I think if you just look at the game in its entirety, we got destroyed in the possession battle, turnovers, and offensive rebounds. I think they took 15 more shots than us. You know, in some ways, that's the game right there. Their physicality, and look, we were had a little bit of a deficit. They're a big team. They have big defenders. Garza's he's a monster. Tonight, with how we opted to do the rotations in the first half, you know, we oftentimes had a small on him, and he really hurt us. Having said that, I think there was a lot of good stuff that we did. I told our guys before the game, you know, 3 things I'm going to judge you on and how we are going to measure this game. Our organization, our talk, and our level of compete. And I thought the third one, we had that at a really high level. The other 2, we got to get better. I think schematically, defensively, we can do some things better. You know, this was not a game plan game for us. You know, so there was some stuff that, frankly, in 3 days of practice in a walkthrough shoot around, you're just not going to be able to cover. But overall, I think our guys played with the right intent. I thought offensively we really moved the basketball well at times, and we got off to a slow start there. And you know, sometimes that can hurt your defense. But yeah, there's a lot of good things we can take away from this game.
So you heard what JJ Redick had to say. What are my thoughts on this? JJ sounded very, very humble in that soundbite. He sounded very humble. I think JJ Redick, if he keeps it up at this current pace, with the way he is reacting to reporters and this kind of know-it-all attitude, I think he's going to be in for a very rude awakening. Because if you get into this combative thing of, oh, you're trying to create narratives and all of that, that may work with some local reporters. That is not going to work with the national media. No matter how many tentacles Clutch Sports has in the sports media industry, at a certain point, people are going to start calling it like they see it. JJ better hope they come out of the gate winning games, because if they start losing, I'm going to tell y'all right now, if you think what Darvin Ham went through in terms of a season was bad, you guys ain't seen nothing yet. Y'all ain't seen nothing yet. Let me break down the demographics of the Laker fan base. You have Laker fans that are Laker fans through and through, like real Laker fans. And then you have a section of these fans who are LeBron fans. And these LeBron fans are happy whenever LeBron James succeeds. And they're happy when they see Bronny execute a chase down block. They're happy about things like that. The real Laker fans, they could care less. Bronny having a highlight of a turnover that led to a block means nothing to a real Laker fan. And you're going to see a serious fracture in the fan base this season. If all of this talking and bloviating and acting like you know it all doesn't amount to actual W. It is going to happen. And those of us here are going to be calling it out. We're going to call it out the same way we called it out with Darvin Ham. I'm going to be looking for you dudes. I'm going to be looking for YouTube content creators, those Laker-centric creators, those Laker fan creators. You guys are Laker fans. I'm going to be looking for your videos the minute the Lakers lose a game with JJ Redick's face on the image, the way every second the Lakers lost, you ran up there and put Darvin Ham's image up there. I'm going to be waiting for you dudes. And I'm going to tell you what else is going to happen. The person is going to walk away from this entire thing unscathed. If this thing goes to hell, is going to be LeBron James. If you think LeBron is going to step in front of the bullets for JJ Redick, it will never, ever happen. Ever. I think as far as defending, the furthest LeBron is going to go, it would be probably to defend Bronny. And I don't think he'll need to defend him that much because I don't think Bronny's going to be playing that much. Anybody watching Bronny and thinking you're seeing something exceptional, you are smoking something hot. You got honey cascading down your back. You've been doing some serious. What are y'all talking about? Bronny now is a pro. Y'all need to stop capping. I was reading some posts like about an hour ago, some stuff that LeBron. Yo, if you guys know what LeBron fans have been saying over that chase down block, some of y'all don't know. LeBron fans, some of them are, these guys are like extremists. There were some of them saying LeBron James, just like daddy, just like son. I know I've seen that before. That's LeBron's James, blocked by a James. I'm like, yo, are y'all even serious right now? Y'all are all up in Twitter, twerking it up all over the comment section, pouring honey all over the table over a player that went 1 of 6 from the floor in that game yesterday, and he finished with a grand total in 16 minutes of 2 points. And y'all all up in the comment section. You got these LeBron fans talking about they can definitely see Bronny becoming Rookie of the Year. These guys, y'all it's gonna be a very, very long season. And if JJ keeps talking this big talk of player profile and shooting metrics and all of this other big grammar that he wants to use to impress, I don't know who he's trying to impress with all of that beautiful grammar. But if that doesn't amount to wins, he is going to get flame broiled by the media and fans. It's going to be brutal. And the people that are playing into this is the media. Because y'all have been hyping up, oh, JJ Redick is like the next Pat Riley. Alrighty then now. Alrighty. In order for this experiment to be successful, in my personal view, the Lakers need to go at least to the NBA Finals or the Western Conference Finals. Some of y'all like, but that's unreasonable. Well, that's what the former coach did. Darvin Ham coached this team to the NBA Western Conference Finals. And as he was the coach, they made the playoffs 2 consecutive years. If they're not even able to replicate that, I don't know how we cannot call this a total disaster. I don't know how we can call it. JJ needs to be a little bit more humble. You need to be a little bit more humble. Because last time I checked, this is the first time he's coaching at an NBA coaching level. It's not about whether or not you believe you deserve to be there. No. You gain respect with results, not by running your mouth. People respect you based off of the results, not by how big, how bad of a game you can talk. Oh man, you know, I'm gonna do. We all know that person, man. I'm gonna hit it big. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. It's like, yo, bro, shut your ass up. Let's see you actually do something before you run up on us and start screaming and hollering about what you're gonna do. That's what JJ sounds like. The fact of the matter is, we don't need to give JJ Redick any respect. because he has no track record to warrant anybody respecting him. That's the reality of life. I don't know why it's different all of a sudden when we're dealing with JJ Redick, why we need to put in special provisions on how we critique and evaluate JJ Redick. Same thing goes with Bronny James. Bronny right now is looking like ass so far in the preseason, the summer league and all of that. He ain't looking like, and Dalton Connect played way better. We would never know because nobody's talking about him. We going to keep it a buck. The same way we keep it a buck with Ben Simmons and all of that. We're going to keep. And for those LeBron, you see, that's why you got to think before you talk. You're saying Bronny going to be all of that. He could be rookie of the year. Okay, we're going to critique him like that then. And stop acting like as if Bronny James is above criticism. He's an NBA player. I know you guys love LeBron. I'm sure. I know. We know. But he's an NBA player. And he can get it the same way any other player gets it in terms of criticism. No one is above it. Certainly not a rookie. These are my thoughts. Whatever you guys think, leave your thoughts in the comments. We're going to catch you on the next show. It's going to be a long season for some of y'all. A very, very long season. See y'all later. Peace.